YouTube. It's your boy, Mr. Outliner. I'm back. Look at this. I always get the difficult hairline. People want to come to me with difficult hairline. Say he been pushed back. Y'all see he been pushed back. It just so happened to be a barber that I know too. That's crazy, right? I don't knock no other barbers, man. You know, I had my run with that. You know, you look at something and you thought that's what it was and it wasn't, and that. But anyway, I'm here to fix it. I'm here to make them look good. See where that's at? You see what we're doing? Now, normally I don't do this. He getting a Caesar haircut, right? Kind of like a dark Caesar, but not really. But anyway, so look, I'm making this first guideline. You see what I'm doing? Straight, imaginary line almost, but we working with what's there, right? And I'm doing this first because kind of like when you start cutting the hair down, you can get off track because the hair becomes low and lighter. And right now you can see the difference, the contrast, because it's so thick on top and so little right there. You can see exactly what's going on right there. Now, once you got that done, you want to start knocking the hair down, right? And we're going to take our one guard halfway close and just go with the grain. Again, this is a dark Caesar, so it's no fading here, it's no taper, it's no drop, nothing. A Caesar just means even all the way around. We used to call it a schoolboy cut, or I forgot the other name that we used to call it. But today on the East Coast, they probably call it a Caesar. Down south where I'm at, we just call it even all over, or a schoolboy cut. On the West Coast, I don't know what they call it. But anyway, so yeah, knock the hair down, make sure everything is even all the way around. Now the other thing we want to do right here, we want to take a bigger guard, like a 1.5 guard, and go against the grain in front of the hair, right? Comb it down, look at it. We just doing this to kind of balance it out a little bit more. That's all we want to do, is kind of balance it out. So now we use enhancements to start saving the lineup. So you see I made that imaginary line right there. Now you can come through with airbrush. You can use color in order to assist you. And also we're going to use hair fiber to assist us also. The reason why I use hair fiber too is because you see this color right here is not as full as I would want it, right? But using color only really stains the scalp, right? So once you let that dry, and then you put hair fiber on top of it. Once the hair fiber comes off, you kind of stuck with this look because it stained the scalp. So while the hair is growing in, it'll kind of give it a full effect. So if you never heard that explained about color, color is good for staining. Also, the hair fiber is a hair building fiber. So we just trying to build and make the hair fiber match his real hair, right? And it's kind of hard to do. You have to experiment with it, right? And if it's too patchy, like you see how his hair is thin in certain areas, right? We want to fill that up, even beyond the hairline, right? You want to fill that in too to give it a full look overall. So when you're using hair fibers, you have to do it to give it a very full look. Now, once you get everything in place, you can come back and you can put a hard line on it, right? So you can start from the middle, you can start from the side, whatever you feel comfortable with. Just make sure that you do it consistently, to make sure you get the best lineup, right? So right here, we just really following the same line. Now, my camera stopped, but I'm still showing you how I achieve this look. And the good thing about it is I still got to do the other side, so you'll be able to see what I did on the other side, the exact same thing I did to this side. But you see, we already got a base. It's looking much better. Everything is coming together. Now, true enough, somebody gonna say, oh, it's gonna come off when, he shower, whatever. That was the basis of us putting color on the base and then applying hair fiber to the top of it, right? So when this hair fiber come off, he's still gonna have something to work with for another week or so until his line comes back in, and then the next time I cut him, I probably wouldn't even need to use enhancements, right? We're gonna keep the hair a little thicker and we're gonna line him up, so he not gonna need enhancements the next time he come. Right, so this is the look for this side. Now we're gonna turn them around and we're gonna go to the other side and do the exact same thing. But first, I want to show you. You see how it's thick around the back of his neck, around his ear, all that. In order to make it smoother, where you can put a better line on it, we're gonna use a 1-guard open, and we're gonna go against the grain. And we just want to smooth that out. A lot of times around the ear, the hair is still thick, it's still bulky, and mainly because the head is not flat, you have indentions, all that type of stuff. So it's not easy to get everything to be smooth. So you kind of have to go against the grain sometimes in order to achieve that look. Now I can walk you through this side. See, on this side, we got the same thing going. Now, a lot of times, I do my edge ups prior to doing enhancements a lot of times. Because his hairline was so messed up for me, I needed to do it this way in order to give him the best look, make sure everything lined up the best way, right? This is me adjusting my camera. But once I start from the middle, work my way over, and just try to take your time with it. It's no rush to this. There's no need to do that. Take your time. Make sure you get a good lineup. Stay where you are. Stay on the line that you already made prior to putting the enhancements. At the very beginning of the video, I did a pre-lineup. Right? A pre-lineup, so I know exactly what I'm doing. And notice on this side right here, because I can point it out to you because I'm going to go back and fix it. On this side, I need a little bit more enhancements to make everything line up the way that I want it to, to look the same across the board. You want everything to look fluid. You want everything to have great consistency when you're doing these things, right? I'm dropping gems for y'all today. You feel me? Because I ain't been on in a minute. Let me drop y'all a couple gems. But anyway, so everything has to look consistent. Your corners have to be sharp. If your corner's not sharp, that's gonna make the haircut, right? It's gonna make the haircut for you. So that's the difference between being slight differences like that between being able to upcharge more or being having a professional look or not. Is making everything sharp and consistent all the way across. Now, you see what I'm doing on this C cup, this curve. I'm curving out. I started from the bottom. I came back to the top to make it connect to the bottom, like that. So that's what we doing, and it's coming out nice. And you see, I'm not rushing at all. I ain't speeding up this video. People can tell when they sitting in your chair if you rushing them, if you taking your time. If they feel like you taking your time, they willing to pay you what you asking for, because they feel like, oh, he's paying attention, he's detailed. I know he's gonna make it look good. The confidence level in you for them is higher. So now they feel obligated to like, hey, I'm gonna pay him. It's easy to get $100 haircuts, $70 haircuts, $50 haircuts. It's easy to get those things once you just apply this method, taking your time and things like that. Once you figure that out, then everything becomes, easier, for you. Now, you see I'm going back. I'm hitting it with some more hair fiber just to darken it up a little bit to match this other side. And now you see everything is looking consistent, like I was telling you before. On the back, we're going to do the same thing on the back, what we did to the other side. We're just going to line them up, make it look nice and smooth, neat, everything. And then we're going to come back around and finish the front. So what we're gonna do right here is just clean everything up, make sure all the hairs are in place, and then we'll finish with the haircut. But this is a dark Caesar. This is me doing a comeback, getting a comeback. I'm gonna call this haircut the comeback. You know what I mean? The hairline is the comeback. So, like I said, take your time, follow these steps, make everything consistent, and you can get what you want. But that's the end of the video. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. You know how we do it. Also, if you don't follow my other channel, I got vlogs on this channel. I got fashion on this channel, shoes, all kinds of stuff, right? Follow my other YouTube channel. It's Self-Made Herb. I'll leave it in the description box. You can check it out. Let me know. Keep up with me. I got another trip planned I'm about to do. Y'all mess with me, you know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, love, peace, and hair grease.